Welcome to Crossfire. My name is Emily, and I will be monitoring this process. To begin, please join the process room at hackbox.ca, using the room code displayed on your screen. Welcome to Crossfire. My name is Emily, and I will be monitoring this process. To begin, please join the process room at hackbox.ca, using the room code displayed on your screen. Prepare for player selection and almost certain obliteration. Games is selected. Opsimuths is selected. Mantissa is selected. Fernando is selected. Silverelector is selected. Clivy is selected. Jogging is selected. Mark is selected. Riff is selected. UPM208 is selected. Jeezens is selected. Apodo is selected. Here is how the process will take place. Answer the multiple choice questions. 10 pennies are awarded for each correct answer. After each question, a candidate who gave a wrong answer is eliminated at random. If all candidates are correct, all candidates are up for elimination. The last candidate remaining wins a 50-penny bonus. Good luck! Question number 1. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. I regret your loss, Mark. Question number 2. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. It turns out safety mode was disengaged. Jesus. What a shame. Question number 3. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was A. Thank you, Fernando, for volunteering to test the targeting system. You will be pleased to know that it still works. Question number 4. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was B. Goodbye, Apodo. It's nothing personal. Question number 5. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was C. Jogging has been destroyed. Question number 6. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. Silver Elector, you have sampled our experimental weight loss program. Please provide feedback on the appropriate form. Question number 7. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. You have made a terrible mess, Riff. We will be sending you the cleaning bill. Question number 8. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was D. Clivy, you have been reduced to atoms. Please enjoy the experience. Question number 9. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was A. Mantissa just lost 136 pounds in 1 second. Congratulations. Question number 10. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was A. I regret that you have been obliterated, games. Question number 11. 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Time up. The correct answer was B. The loss of Opsimuth's body was a sacrifice I was willing to make. Congratulations to S12E04, you have survived the process and are awarded 50 bonus pennies. You are also still alive, which must be something of a relief. Until next time, thank you for playing Crossfire. Goodbye.
Cross 433 is actually a reasonably successful football tactic.
Good evening, and welcome to Game Night, where we've got a message from our sponsor.
Warning. Pen and paper strongly advised if you wish to play Cryptex.
Lupo, thank you for using a 39-month subscription there to remind everyone that yes, we are playing Cryptex, and pen and paper is strongly advised. Good evening, how you all doing? I hope you're keeping well. Sorry about the slightly delayed start. I was getting the retro pack ready for the Red Herrings because the software was done, and then I realised there's a new question model and I didn't have any questions apart from the questions that are actually being used next week, which I didn't want to use tonight because they're mine, ready for next week's game of Red Herrings. But yeah, I'm feeling a bit flaky today, just so you're aware. I feel this feels like I'm on the front end of a cold. It's like my sinuses are a bit blocked, so that sucks. This is from our sponsor, G. Eisens.
What are questions? We just don't know.
We just don't know. We simply do not know. Thank you very much for the 100 bits there, G. Eisens. Or Jeezens, as Emily decided to call you in Crossfire. Well done to AB Me, winning Crossfire, and of course to Jogging, who won in the lobby. And thank you to Proogs in Absentia for writing those questions as well. Yeah, lots to look forward to tonight, though. I'm going to power through. We just had Crossfire from Bruce. We've got Cryptex coming up now by Lupine. A little bit later on, we've got Risky Business by Arun. Fair warning, I've updated the client controller app, so if you'd authorized it previously and playing in browser, you will need to do that again. If you play on a desktop client, you'll need to download the latest version. Is Clive here? Because I'm not sure that my scrolling speeds are the same. They look, I can't remember if I've touched them. Maybe they are the same. But Clive will get upset if they're not. Yeah, Arun's Risky Business later on. I have made some changes to the control app, and then Retro Red Herrings at the end with the new software. It's not quite finished, but it's passable. It's passable enough to get some feedback ready for next week when it will be finished. Red Herring not being read. My blood pressure spike. That's encouraging. That's encouraging, Clive. Welcome to the stream. And welcome to you all. Good evening, Topper, Mark, Run, It's Otley, Aid Me, G. Eisens, Ardenfett, Shapes, Jers, Jogging, Snips and Zangle, Nando, good evening, it's Age Games, and Colin, Lottibus, Riff, Silver Electron, BC, Monster Man, Circubat, Lupine, Liswitz, Mantissa, Opsy, Apodo, Not a Cat, Samster, Paulus, Shadowme, Jerry, Pyro, 2, Score, Clive, and anyone else who is lingering, loitering, and lurking in the chat. You are most welcome to be here. Thank you so much for joining for what promises to be a super fun evening of game night, trivia, quiz, and other larks. Courtesy of Arun and Proogs and Lupine, and later on me. Gianson, thank you for the 100 bits. Lupine, thanks for that resub. It's Otley, Cross433 is actually a reasonably successful football tactic. Thank you for the 35-month resub there. Circuit Better Monster Man, thank you for the follows as well in the last couple of days, and possibly coming over from maybe coming over from Bash's channel. So there was a shout out and then follows. So thank you, Bash, for that shout out and all. I can't promise tonight will be super fun. Well, you've made me implement a new mode run, which is quite exciting. Yeah, about 40 minutes to the 40 minutes. And a message from our sponsor, Samster.
Open the lobby.
Oh yeah, I probably should do that. Thanks, Samster, for the 38-month resubscription. New builds... Oh shit, no, that's the wrong button. New builds tend to do it automatically. This is not a new build yet. Colo, thank you for the... Oh, sorry. I told you I was ill. Yeah, sorry, Colo, thank you for the 38-month resubscription, and I have now opened the lobby. I don't know why I called that. Why does it say... Okay, I'll tell you why. It's because of that. I just saw the name in green. That's what it showed at my end. And I just saw the name in green, and then the box underneath. It doesn't highlight Colo's name. So apologies for calling you out on that, on Samster. And Colo, apologies for not opening the lobby. And thank you for the 38-month resubscription. Yeah, told you I was ill. This is from our sponsor, Jers.
Feeling ill? Some alcohol will kill the germs.
Certainly hope so. Thank you for the 15-month there, Jers. Only for... So this game is done in Twitch chat, so make sure you whisper your answers to Persephone's Twitch bot. Nothing in the public chat, because it won't be processed and will most likely be deleted by a moderator. Hopefully it'll all hold together, nothing will break. I include myself in that. My God in heaven. Don't want to try money laundering. What? Right, I'll give it a few minutes because it is already gone 8:30 and we haven't had the first headline game first question yet. So, anyone want some more pennies? Pennies of sickness. I have some sickness pennies. 101. I have some, right. When we close this bonus off, we'll start the game and it will be fun. Get down with the sickness 101. How many have we got? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 27. Not bad start. 27 to start the game off. This game is about 40 minutes long, 40 to 45 minutes. It's a self-runner, so I can't do anything about the speed. It will be as long as it will be. Hopefully it's all fairly self-explanatory. This is next on the docket for renovation, incidentally. I've just finished Red Herrings. I know it says Colo Clive. I know it says Colo. But it said Samster right above it, and I got confused because I'm ill. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm frightfully sorry. I have 4 monitors, Clive. I've definitely got Discord open on one of them. That's why. So I can see multiple things at once. Right. Let's stop that bonus and let's get on with the game in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's lock you in. Alright. Cryptex time from Lupine. Anytime entry is active, and here is how to play. You get presented with an index number and an 8-letter clue every 20 seconds. 8 clues in total. Clue and the cryptex share the same letter in the index position. So, for example, if you get hopping Australian marsupial, the answer would be kangaroo. And if you get the number 6 in the index, then you take the 6th letter of that word and put it into the 6th slot of your cryptex. This is where the pen and paper comes in handy. After all 8 clues have been revealed, there's a 10-second break. At any time before the break, you can submit the answers to any of the clues that have been revealed. Each correct answer is worth 5 points. Any incorrect answers or repeats will cost you 1 point. I'm going to turn the light off, I think, because I feel it's hurt my eyes. Mood lighting. Pog. So even if the question is no longer displayed on the screen, you can still answer it. If you suddenly have a brainwave 3 questions later, think, oh, it's that. You can still answer it, but make sure everything is whispered to the bot and don't repeat it once you've been condoned for it. After the break, crack the cryptex. You don't have to attempt to have solved every clue to crack the cryptex, but the more you've got, the more chance you have of cracking it. You only get 1 attempt. If you get it right, you get 20 points. If you get it wrong, you lose 10 points. No penalty for abstention. So the more you get, the more chance you have of cracking it. Whispering all your answers to the bot, and this game will auto run, and I won't have to touch another button on the stream deck for about 40 minutes after I press the next one. Thank you again to Lupine for this pack, to Colo for proofing, and good luck to you all. Let's play Cryptex. Okay, game is running. We're starting off with to give someone or something a name. It's 8 letters long, and you want the 3rd letter of this word. Keep thinking about it, it might come to you later on. Next one. A person who insists on something, perhaps accuracy, or the rules. Not the 4th letter of this word. And next. Board game with chance and community chest spaces. You want the 1st letter. I have a feeling this was an answer in Outright on Ashes last night. So if you played there and you've got a good memory, it's a different question, but the answer happens to be the same. Hopefully most of us getting that. On we go to the next one. The world of criminal cabals and organised crime. It's 8 letters long. You want the 6th letter. Nobody. Oh, and I'm wrong. A silver electron, I think. Solving it. M in Roman numerals. 8 letters, you want the 7th. Next, Sonic or Mrs. Tiggywinkle, for example. 8 letters, you want the 2nd. Honda, you're welcome to the stream. Okay, well. The next. Clothing ensemble often worn by Hillary Clinton. 8 letters long, and you want the 8th letter. There's one more after this. Remember, if you have had a sudden brainwave about any of the previous ones, you can still answer them. Up until the break, which will be after this final clue for this puzzle, honest. With 8 letters, you want the 5th. Clive making it a perfect board. Mark has also made it a perfect board, both players with 40. And that is time. So, if you want to try and crack the Cryptex, it'll be 8 letters long, it will be a real word. The more you've got, the more chance you have. 20 seconds to solve it now, if you like. A lot of solves there. Solution to the Cryptex was merchant. To give someone or something a name is to christen, from where we got the R. Person who insists on something is a stickler, from where we got the C. A board game with chance of community chests is Monopoly, from where we got the M. The word of criminal cabals and organised crime would be gangland, from where we got the A. M in Roman numerals is 1000, from where we got the N. Sonic or Mrs. Tiggywinkle are both hedgehog, from where we got the E. Clothing ensemble worn by Hillary Clinton would be a pantsuit, from where we got the T. And to be honest is to be truthful, from where we got the H. That is the end of puzzle 1. Clive and Mark off to a strong start. Perfect board there. 60 out of 60. 2 on and shapes on 55. AB Me, It's Sotley, Ardenfett, Samster, and a run all on 50. Very good scores. Riff just a point behind on 49, and Opsy 2 points behind that on 48. Or 1 point behind 49 on 48. Dogfish on 45, completing the top row as we move on to puzzle 2. Starting with Brutalist London Estate and Performance Arts Venue. Brutalist London Estate and Performance Arts Venue. It's 8 letters long. We want the 2nd letter. The next one. Put something together. You want 3rd letter. Give you an extra special host clue. There is a big clue just behind this ear. Waving your arms wildly is next, the 4th letter. It's 8 letters long, and you want the 4th. There's tips to when you need them. Next one, TV series starring David Hasselhoff and Pamela Anderson. Not the 7th letters. I'll give you an example. There's an example of waving my arms wildly. On to the 1st letter. This could be helpful in the Cryptex clue. A curling tournament. The 1st letter of this word will be the 1st letter of your Cryptex solution. Trickier one there. I'm looking at that and drawing a blank. Next one. If you pass this, you'll be late. If you pass this, you'll be late. The 5th letter. Currently have a stepchild studying for GCSEs, and so he's getting a lot of these with his homework and such like. Look at me being generous with my clues tonight. Next clue, a person's charm. 8 letters long, and you want the 8th letter. A person's charm. And the final clue for this puzzle, another name for a spring onion. The 6th letter. And remember, in this game, spelling must be exact. Spelling does count in this game. Mark once again making a perfect board here. Shapes and 2 doing the same. And anyone else doing likewise? No, Apodo is just 1 shy. So a few perfect boards in there. Lots of good scores going out. The more clues you've got, the more chance you have of cracking this Cryptex. And you've got 20 seconds to do that if you would like to try now. most famous one is St. Peter's. The Cryptex is Basilica. The brutalist London estate would be the Barbican, from where we got the A. Put something together. Assemble, as in Avengers, from where we got the S. Waving your arms wildly and where's tips to when you need him? Flailing, from where we got the I. TV series starring The Hoff and Pamela Anderson was Baywatch, from where we got the C. A curling tournament is a Bonspiel. Trickier one there, from where we got the B. If you pass this, you'll be late. That'll be a deadline, from where we got the L. Charisma is a person's charm, from where we got the A. And a spring onion is also known as a scallion, from where we got the I. That is the end of puzzle 2. Mark now into the lead with 2 perfect boards up to 120. Shapes just behind on 115, as is Toot. Samson 105, Clive 103, Apodo 99, Ardenfett and Dogfish on 95. AB Me's got 94, Shadow Maze on 93, Riff on 92, and Nando completing the top row on 89. That is the end of round 1. I think we should move on to round number 2. Combination. Gameplay is the same as round 1, except each clue is now a combination of 2 words. The ending of the first word is blended with the beginning of the second word, and at least 2 of the letters will overlap. So you could have, for example, a poker hand of 5 hearts, which would be a flush, bar black blank, that would be sheep, the S and the H overlap to give you an 8-letter word mashup. There will always be 8 letters, and at least 2 of the letters, sometimes more, will overlap. That would give us flusheep, which would give you your 5 points. From that, you also need to take the index in indicated and put that letter into that slot of the Cryptex. So this is a round where sometimes people can solve the Cryptex even though they've only got 1 or 2, because they may know half of the clue but not the other one. Flue sheep, yes, the famous flue sheep. Just a word of caution, when it comes to cracking the Cryptex will always be a real word. The Cryptex word will be real, it will not be a mashup. Okay, so all the puzzles, the individual clues are mashups, but the Cryptex itself will be a real word. Apart from that, same rules as before. Good luck to you all. And we're starting with Italian dish of dough base Italian dish of a dough base topped with tomatoes and cheese, and the former name of the Democratic Republic of the Congo. Mash those 2 words together, at least 2 of the letters will overlap, and then take the letter indicated, in this case the first letter, and put it into that slot of your Cryptex. Next one. Canadian rock band that released The Spirit of Radio and To Shake When You Feel a Chill. Take the 5th letter of this mashup and put it into the 5th slot of your Cryptex. On to the next. Whiskey, or a brand of tape, and a punched out piece of paper. Take the 4th letter. What about the first half? What's the second after that? Oh, okay. Yeah. And the next, a romantic song and a spoon for serving soup. 7th letter. Nice. So I was looking at the others because I haven't proofed this one. I'm grateful to Colo for proofing this one, but I haven't proofed it myself, so it's I haven't actually looked at these questions until they appear in front of me. On we go. A pet without an owner and Ubisoft side-scrolling platformer released September 1995. 3rd letter. I think I know this one. Am I right? Yeah. Oh, I should be playing this. Could be playing along if it were answers being there. I could not look at them, just join in. Fictional masked swashbuckler and the 1976 boxing film starring Sylvester Stallone. I'd know this one as well. My job is to host, not to play. A canal boat, and voiced by Robin Williams in Aladdin. 2nd letter is what you want. And one more for you. Hitchcock film famous for its shower scene and a tedious task. Mash them together and take the 8th letter of the result to go into the last slot of your Cryptex. And we've got a few perfect boards in here. Mark and Toot and Sam and Clive and Dogfish and Riff and Nando and Listwitz and that looks like everyone, but high scoring board there, so we're going to have hopefully a lot of people cracking the Cryptex. 20 points if you can do so, minus 10 if you are wrong. Lots of green. So Pyro Pygmy solving without getting any of the actual clues, but you see what I mean? This game, you can do that sort of thing. The solution was particle. Pizza and Zaire for Pete Zaire, from where we got the P. Rush and Shiver, from where we got the I, Rush Shiver. Scotch and Chad, Scott Chad, from where we got the T. Ballad and Ladle, Balladle, from where we got the L. Stray and Rayman for Strayman, from where we got the R. Zorro and Rocky, Zorrocky, from where we got the C. A Barge and Genie, Bargini, from where we got the A. And finally, Psycho and Chaw, Psychaw, from where we got the E. High scores, and Mark has yet to put a foot wrong. 180 out of 180. Mammoth scores. Two just behind on 175, Shapes just behind that on 170. Samster on 165, Clive 163, Apodo 154, Dogfish 153, Riff 152, Nando 149, ABME 148, Ardenfetch 145, and Shadowmane 132. On we go. Next puzzle. Composed with the Enigma variations and a band of fabric worn around the leg. Fourth letter. Great piece of music. Used as the basis for Rob D's Club to Death, which was used in The Matrix, which was probably my first experience of it. Here we go. A shape with 6 sides and severe pain. Mash them up, take the 8th letter. And the next, a brand of lighter and the sharp end of something. Yeah, you've got to whisper, Colin. Make sure you whisper. Otherwise it ain't going to be processed. And your message is going to be deleted. If I can find it. I don't know how to. If the moderator could jump on that. Yeah, no worries. No worries. On we go. In soccer, setting up the goal scorer and a female sibling. 3rd letter. Yeah, that's clever. Just work that out. A gambling establishment and 12 p.m. 5th letter. Owner-operated convenience stores in New York City and a barrier that can be opened and closed. Oh, that's tricky, I think. Lots of people getting it though. 2 more clues to come. Used to moor a ship and an equine animal. And your final clue for this puzzle, record label founded in Jamaica in 1959 and a mountain range running down the western edge of South America. 1st letter. And Mark once again getting a perfect board here, likewise Apodo, likewise Riff. And Optimas just denied it at the end there. And they're all the perfect boards, though Sonicel Wood just 1 shy on that last clue. Time to crack the Cryptex if you can. The solution was insanity. Elgar and Garter, Elgarter from where we got the A. Hexagon and Agony, Hexagony from where we got the Y. Zippo and Point from where we got the I. Zipoint. Assist and sister. Assister, from where we got the S. Casino and noon. Casinoon, from where we got the N. This one was trickier. Bodega and gate. Bodegate, from where we got the T. Anchor and horse. Ancourse, from where we got the N. Island and Andes for Islandies, from where we got the I. And that is the end of puzzle 4. And Mark has now completed Cryptex because he's gotten every single question right. If you can get 50 points on each of these last 3, Mark, then you truly have completed it. Maximum score 390. In the lead, but just 10 points ahead of 2 on 230. Shapes on 225. Sam's on 220. Clyde's got 218. Apoda's on 214. Rift 212. Dogfish 208, Nando 203, ABME 198, Ardenfets 185, and a run on 180 as we come to the final round, which is called simply Cryptex. Crack the Cryptex as quickly as possible. Do not submit answers to the clues. Only crack the Cryptex. Very important that you don't submit answers to the clues, because if they happen to be 8 letters, it will take that as your Cryptex attempt and you only get 1. Okay, at the beginning of the round, the Cryptex is worth 55 points. Clues are revealed every 15 seconds. You'll also get a category at the beginning. Each clue drops the value of the Cryptex by 5 points. As I mentioned, you have got a single attempt to crack the Cryptex, solving all through with 1 letter each, or with no letters each, Mark, just with the category. But I think that would be a tall order. Incorrect answer will earn you 1 point for each letter in the correct position. So if it gets to the end and you've only got a smattering of them, type it in anyway, it's still worth points. This is the final round, only 3 Cryptexes remain, and again I stress, do not attempt to solve the clues themselves, for they will, they won't process unless they're 8 letters long, in which case they might. So the category is a chemical element. Topper, welcome to the game. No way! Opsimat banking 55 points, not for the first time, but it doesn't happen very often. And Opsimat banking out the points there. 50 points now available. American Cellular Telecom acquired by T-Mobile in 2020. This is 6 letters long. You want the 4th. Podo's the second to get there. Picking up 50 points. And into the lead. For 45 points, the main enemy character in a work of fiction. 10 letters long. You want the 6th. Lots of early guesses here. AB Me makes it for 45. Jumps into second place. It's Otley making it for 45 as well. Riff also, and jogging. Next clue, longing. 8 letters, you want the 7th. Dogfish now there for 40. 40 points still available. Samster taking 40. Shapes taking 42. Getting it wrong. Clive taking 40, dropping to 35. It can contain a letter and be stamped and addressed. 8 letters, you want the 2nd. Mark's got there for 35, retaining his lead, but not by much. Mr. Vertigo's got there for 35 as well. For 30 points, web browser developed by Google. 6 letters, you want the 5th. Sonical Wood is there. Is it Sonical Wood? Sonichel Wood. Pyro is also solving for 30. And Mantis is getting there as well, just in time for 30. 25 available now. Fett's getting it for 25. State capital of Texas. 6 letters, you want the 1st. There's Lottiba solving for 25. Sonic Elwood, thank you, Sonic. We'll go with Sonic. That's a nice, easy one to remember. Welcome, welcome. Silver Electron solving just for 25. 20 points now available. Changing one's behaviour to assume a different character. 11 letters, you want the 8th. There's a solve, I didn't see where it was. 15 points now available. Final clue in motor racing, where cars get their fuel refilled and tyres changed. 3 letters. You want the 3rd. This is the last clue, so now is a good opportunity to just type some of the letters, whatever you've got. For every letter in the right place, you will get some points, so just type something. 10 points if you can solve now, or a point for every letter in the right place if not. Give it a go, it's worth something with any letters in the right place. You'll go red, but you'll notice your points ticking up if you've got at least 1. Interesting round. The solution was antimony. Sprint is the Cell Telecom. Antagonist is the main enemy in a work of fiction. Yearning is longing. Envelope can be stamped and addressed. Chrome is the web browser developed by Google. Austin is the state capital of Texas. And role-playing is to change one's behaviour to assume a different role. And Pit is where cars get their fuel refilled and tyres changed. Mark's still with the lead, but it's close. Next puzzle. It's a country. It's got 8 letters. 55 points if you can solve it now. And Sonic Elwood, welcome to the stream. BC going for his traditional first clue attempt. And he's not getting there this time. Patient expectation, 12 letters. You want the 8th. 50 points available. Patient expectation. And for 45, a sport played with a shuttlecock, 9 letters, you want the first. Incidentally, nobody getting it for 55 points marks the first time where we haven't had a perfect solve on any puzzle. Topper's there for 45. Very well played, Topper. A faucet for 6 letters. Riff solving, I can't quite tell if that was 45 or 40, but you are into the lead, Riff. A faucet, 6 letters, you want the 4th. There's another solve. Shapes getting 40 points. And Apoda getting 40 points. Catapulted into the lead. Now 35 available. Ksenia, welcome to the stream. Relating to the sun. 5 letters. You want the 3rd. Dogfish has also got a solve. Mark has now got a solve. Just 5 points in between the top 2. Mark up to 310. Toot solving now for 35 as well. And Circubat as well. All the too many solves for me to keep up with. Optimat and Sonic Elwood by the looks of it. And Samson now for 30. Crudeness. 9 letters. You want the 2nd. Remember, after a country. Next one, 25 points available. Film production company famed for horror. 6 letters, you want the 6th. It's Otley's there for 25. And for 20 points, a fruit surrounded by a papery husk, 8 letters. There was a solve, I missed where it was. Possibly Lottibus over there on the right. Possibly Liswitz in the middle, I don't remember saying them yet. Another one that I've missed, was that jogging? 20 points. I really need my debugger to work. 15 points, final clue. Sarah Jane Smith, for example, to the doctor. 9 letters, you want the 5th. It's that one. Monster Man's got there for 15. Last chance to solve points for any letters in the right place, so type something that might be worth some points. And that's time up. The solution was Bulgaria. Anticipation is patient expectation. Badminton is a sport played with a shuttlecock. A spigot is a faucet. Solar means relating to the sun. Vulgarity is crudeness. Hammer is the film production company famed for horror. Physalis is a fruit surrounded by a papery husk. And companion, Sarah Jane Smith, for example, to the doctor. It's one of the closest finishes I've seen. 310, 305, 304 are the top 3. The category is a sport. 55 points available now. Everyone has tried. He's got some letters in the right place, as has BC, as has Samster, but not all of them. For 50 points, an insect pupa, 9 letters. You want the 3rd. It's Otley's the first in for 50 points. 45 now available. Not enough to get into the top spot, but a good score to finish on there. It's Otley. Well played. 45 points. Mark's getting there. Pigs are used to locate this fungus. 7 letters. You want the 4th. And with that, Mark has solidified his top spot. For 40 points. Word game with 100 letter tiles in the English version. 8 letters. You want the 7th. Toot solving. Riff. Dogfish. Clive also solving as well. AB Me getting there, Silver Electron getting there, Mr. Vertigo getting there. And Apoda has got there for 35 and currently into 3rd place behind Riff. And Shapes is there as well, and Gorst goes into just ahead of Apodo. And I've missed that clue completely. Next one for 30 points. To put into long-term storage, ready to be used again should the need arise. 8 letters, you want the 8th. Previous one, New York rock band formed by Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons. 4 letters, you want the 1st. Riff is going to sneak that 2nd place spot. 25 points available now. Houston's NBA basketball team, 7 letters, you want the 2nd. And it's going to be Shapes dropping into 3rd with a Podo just going out on the bubble. Just going to wait for the game to play out, wait for the last few players to get some souls in. 20 points available now. Used to tell the time by the shadow it casts. 7 letters, you want the 6th. Final clue of the game, the current month of the year. 7 letters, you want the 5th. 7 letters. And there are no more clues, so type something. It's worth a guess. Every letter in the right place, you'll get some points. Kasani just managing to sneak 15 in there. Stimson's Angle also getting 15. That's right, getting 10 at this point. And that is time. The solution was Korfball. Chrysalis is an insect pupa. A truffle is a fungus located by a pig. Scrabble is the English version of that game. Kiss was the New York rock band. Mothball was to put into long-term storage. Rockets are Houston's NBA basketball team. A sundial is used to tell the time by the shadow it casts. And the current month is, of course, October. That is the end of the game, and it's a bronze medal to Shapes with 340, a silver to Riff on 342, but a gold with a stupendous score of 355. Our champion is Mark. Very well played. Mr. Vertigo, welcome to the stream, and thank you, Lupine, for one of the highest scoring games of Cryptex I think we've ever seen. Yeah, very, very big scores going out there. And the multiply factor is 3, apparently, so... Mark's going to cash in over 1,000 pennies for that. Casady, welcome to the stream. Good to have you here. Yeah, times your score by 3. That is the pennies that you will get. And really great pack there, Ralph. Very much enjoy seeing that come out. It's the sort of pack I felt slightly wished I was playing. Because I feel like I might have actually been able to answer some of them, which is not always the way I feel when hosting Cryptex. Welcome on in, Dogfish. Great to have you with us. Okay, I'm feeling slightly cheered up, if still a little bit ill. I'm going to go grab myself another glass of wine. And when we come back, we are going to be playing Risky Business, as written by Arun Aromatics. This one I have proofed. It should be a suitably fun pack. Remember, this is using the new software, this game, and there is a new feature that Arun has asked me to implement in round 3, which I have done, and everyone's beat me to it. For this one, you will need the app. Just to remind you, if you have previously authorized this app and you're playing in browser, I did update it this afternoon, which means you will need to authorize again. There is a bug in it that I haven't yet fixed. If you are playing on your phone, right, and then you go to Twitch chat also on your phone to authorize your account, if you do that on the same app, so if you effectively alt-tab between the apps, then you'll lose connection. So my advice if you're playing on the phone is join on your phone, verify on a PC, and then you'll be permanently logged in until I update again. There are a few more bugs. That bug is on the to-do list to fix, and there's a couple of other quality of life things that I do want to add to it. So it will still be changing. It is still work in progress. But if you've pre-authorized, you will need to re-authorize for this game. And if you tend to play a standalone build, if you don't like to download the PC version and play a standalone, you'll need to download the latest version. It's the same link, but you'll need to update your software. Otherwise, you won't necessarily be able to play. There is a slightly different layout in round 1 with the 5 options because that was the big fix that I've put in. I'll talk more about it in a minute when we get there because I need to get a drink and I need to put some adverts on. We won't start the next game without you, so if you're not subbed, you're going to see some adverts, but don't worry, we'll hang fire until after the ads are done before we play the next game. Thank you again to Ralph for that pack, and congratulations to Mark, our Cryptex champion. I'll see you in a few minutes. Desperately sad music, but well done to Mark, and I forgot to mention thank you to Colo as well for proofing that pack. Most grateful to you, Colo, for all the efforts that you do put into these streams. 407 pennies, Cryptex 407. If you would like some pennies, let's put some music on. Thank you. And let's close that build down. Nata Tadaru, welcome to the stream. Grab those pennies while they're hot, and when we come back, we'll be playing Risky Business as written by Arun. I'll explain again the thing when we get to round 1 how the app has changed, but a reminder that I have updated the client app, so it will have, if you're playing on the browser, it will have cleared your saved credentials, so you'll need to authorize again. But it's very straightforward, and hopefully it won't cause too much of a problem. Let's switch to streaming mode now that the software is loaded, and I'm going to put some adverts on. Don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.
What she want, 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 shubity what me, ubity what me, upadoo down.
Welcome back to the second part of this evening's game night, where it's risky business time. And there's how to play. So you will probably have to revalidate your account, like I mentioned, because I've updated the client app. But if you want to play, scan that QR code if you're playing on a mobile device, or pop over to that URL and type in the rune code XCRL. So it's long, well, it's not that long since we played it. I don't think. We played, was it my birthday we last played this? And this was the first, that was the first one with the new software. It was a bit of a surprise, so I'm hoping everything just still works. I guess we'll find out in the fullness of time. But do come and join the lobby if you'd like to play. I've got mismatched sizes. He's on the fonts because I'm not truncating the names. So there's inconsistencies make me sad. Anyway, this lobby is limited to 40 players, so if you'd like to come and join, there's room for another 17 of you. Which means 16 of you, which means there are 24 in so far. I'm wondering why I haven't put a gradient on that strap there. It seems like an absurd thing to not do. Lobby manager, welcome, animator. Oh, it's because it's a better box. Which is... Oh no, it has got a gradient on it. It's a better box, which is a very misleading name because they're not better. Well, they will be better in the fullness of time, but they're not better boxes yet. My idea was to create some new bespoke UI components. Boxes that are much better adapted to working with Unity canvases, and then I sort of gave up on it because they were causing more of a headache than just doing it manually. Already this looks dated. I want to go back in better. Well, it's because I've spent all my spare time this week on red herrings, which I think looks a lot neater, even though it's effectively exactly the same thing. Straps down the side, game in the middle, and yeah. Well, you'll see red herrings in a minute. That's coming up in a bit. I have to say the questions are very, very telling of a time in my life. I wrote them from when I first did the game way back in 2020. So not exciting questions to look forward to in red herrings, but it's more of a software test ahead of next week when we're playing red herrings again with actual new questions, and hopefully it will be a lot more fun. These questions, on the other hand, from a run are very, very good, and I'm looking forward to sharing them with you. Hopefully you're going to get on okay with your devices, whether you're on desktop or mobile. One thing I will add, in round number 1, it used to have 2 at the top and 3 at the bottom, and the 3 at the bottom were different sizes. It now has become, what the change that I made to the client app is a new grid component that I wrote to, I say wrote, I copied it off a tutorial, but it just lays them out better so they're all uniform. But of course there are 5 in the first round, 5 options. So there'll be a weird space at the bottom. Also on the broadcast view, you'll see 2 at the top and 3 at the bottom, and on your devices 3 at the top and then 2 underneath with a square in the corner. But it's a more consistent thing, and for red herrings, it's definitely much better because obviously we've got a lot more options to work with there. So that's the preamble done, and I'm hoping everything else just works. There might be a funny bug that turns up in round 2, which I might have introduced when I made the changes on the FlexiGrid layout. It might not. It might have been when I tested it, I was actually just using an older version. But keep your eye out. When we get to round 2, particularly question 2 and question 3, a bug may be introduced, and it won't break your game, but it will be very obvious if it does appear, and if it doesn't, I'll tell you what it is afterwards. I know prime numbers are just the worst, AB. Right, I think that's long enough. We have got anytime entry, so if anyone wants to come and join midway through, you're very welcome to do that. But for now, I think I'm going to lock the lobby. It's risky business. It's written by a run. Let's play the game. There's the perma code up the top if anyone wants to come and join, or if for whatever reason your app decides to chart itself, you can just rejoin the room. Jers is going to be testing out the anytime entry by joining the lobby about 5 seconds after I've locked it. Let's see if it pops you in, Jers. Look at that. Whee! Up you go. Welcome to the game, Jers. Welcome to the game. Good to have you here. Let's play. Round 1. Round 1 is favourable odds. Select one of the correct answers from the 5 presented options within 15 seconds. With each question, the number of risk points available increases whilst the number of correct answers decreases. An incorrect answer any time will reduce your risk points to 0. However, abstention will preserve your currently accrued risk. So you can abstain. It is a valid strategy in this game. To play question 4, you must choose to risk based on the answers alone. So you don't see the question. This question is worth double your risk points, but only one of the answers will be correct. If you choose to risk, abstention will be treated as an incorrect answer. That's when we get to question 4, so bear that in mind. There are 3 sets of 4 questions in this round, and good luck. So, if you all are ready, fingers on buzzers as it were, as we go to question number 1, and the options are David, Oliver, Martin. Nicholas. Joseph. Name a word that appears in the title of a novel by Charles Dickens. Oh, someone's gone for the wrong answer. Pyro, bad luck. Everyone else has gone green. No, nothing lost there, Pyro, because you had nothing at risk, but you stay on 0. David, Oliver, Martin, and Nicholas were the correct answers. Joseph does not appear. But well done. If you got that one right, or if you got one of those answers, you got 2 points of risk. Well played. So clear the board. So, 2 points of risk from all but one of you. 3 points available for this next question if you can find one of the 3 correct answers. But if you're wrong, you lose your previous 2. But if you abstain, you keep your 2, but you don't get the 3. Hopefully that makes sense. Options are Zoom, Snapchat, WhatsApp, Threads, Messenger. Name an app that is currently operated by Meta. The fabled Sea of Green. Well done, everyone. Yeah, Zoom and Snapchat are not. They're done by themselves, I guess, or different parent companies. But yeah, nice Sea of Green, WhatsApp, Threads, or Messenger, all correct on that one, and everyone getting it right. Beautiful stuff. On to the next. May see some abstentions here. Only 2 correct answers here. 5 points if you can find one, and your options are East Timor, Swaziland, Switzerland, Myanmar, Montenegro. Name a country that was a full member of the UN in the year 2000. A few more boings coming in. Oh. Bad luck if you have wiped out on that one. Yeah, East Timor, Switzerland, and Montenegro are incorrect. East Timor joined the UN in 2002, Montenegro in 2006. Switzerland only became a full member of the UN in 2002. It previously only had observer status. So well done to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people who got that one right, and all doubling up to 10 points. Quite a few people abstaining there, sticking on 5, and unfortunately a smattering of wipeouts as well. I'm hoping, I think I added a change to this. If you get it wrong, then your answer strap goes red. If you abstained, I think it should now go blue. So can either Rapodo, Fetch, G. Eisens, Colo, Liswitz, Mantis, Mr. Vertigo, Watley, Shadowmane, Stimpsons, or Toot confirm that their answer strap has gone blue for an abstention rather than red? Yours is red. Oh, okay, I didn't fix that then. My bad. Maybe I didn't fix it in this round. Maybe I'll fix it in round 3. Red. Okay, I thought I fixed that, but I fixed that, but didn't test it. It's on the to-do list, so behave, Topper. Right, 10 players potentially. No, more than 10, because anyone with risk. So from 2 upwards, and a drop of red. Yeah, quite. Hopefully with slightly more smiles. Anyone with points can risk this question, but remember, if you choose to risk and you abstain, it is treated as wrong, and there's only 1 correct answer. Good luck. Options are... Samson's is green. Means you were right, sir. Gerard Butler, Liam Neeson, Jason Statham, Idris Elba, Sean Connery. Bank or risk, 7 seconds. And those of you are choosing not to risk have put their points into the bank. I feel like there should be a ping at the end, and there wasn't. Somehow. I felt that on the last question as well. I'll listen carefully for it this time. Jogging Sam and Sonic all risking with 10 points. Listwitz, Mantis, Mr. Vertigo, Otley, Stimson, and Toot are all risking with 5. Everyone else is banked. Good luck. Here is that question. Only 1 correct answer. Double points if you're right. Take a look. Oh, it blends with the player response sound. That'll be it there. Name an actor who has competed at a Commonwealth Games. Oh, Jogging Mantis. That's a wipeout. And Sonic, that's a wipeout as well, I'm afraid. Bad luck. That's an interesting array of colours there. Some are black and some are blue. I obviously need to fix that going into the final. I guess it showed players in black are ones who banked and players in blue are ones who couldn't bank. When we start the question, everyone should go to the same colour, probably. It's little peripheral things, it's not a big deal, but yeah. Jason Statham, for what it's worth, represented England in diving at the 1990 Commonwealth Games. Well done if you got some points there, let's put them into the bank. And it's Sam with an early lead of 20 points, double his nearest competition, and there's quite a few of you on 10, a smattering on 5, and quite a few still yet to score, but we're going to go on to another set of questions. 5 options, 4 correct, 2 points if you can find one, and your options are Modest Mussorgsky, Sergei Prokofiev, Sergei Rachmaninoff, Igor Stravinsky, Dmitri Shostakovich. Name a composer who was alive during the 20th century. And you might as well try this one. No abstention strats to be taken here. Oh, Nata just in the nick of time. Very well done. It's put you to the bottom because it tried to reorder you after your answer came in, but your answer did just come in time, which is why you're at the bottom. That's just a slight visual glitch there because of late answering. Modest Mussorgsky, 1839 to 1881. Stravinsky, 1882 to 1971. Rachmaninoff, 1873 to 1943. Dmitri Dmitrievich Shostakovich, 1906 to 1975. And Prokofiev, 1891 to 1953, famously dying on the same day as Stalin, which I tell you every single time Prokofiev comes up in a question. And don't worry, Arun has already had... he's already been chewed out for not putting Tchaikovsky as an answer. It's like, how can you have a question about Russian composers and not have Tchaikovsky as an option? Makes me sad. Opportunity missed. But we have had our Tchaikovsky benefit tonight, courtesy of Prugs. Well done if you got some points there. And we'll go on to the next one. 3 correct answers here are 3 points if you can find one. Options are ammonia, benzene, ozone, methanoic acid, acetylene. Name a chemical compound that contains at least 1 carbon atom. 3 of those are right. Maybe you don't have to play. Everyone has, though. Well done if you got that one right. Benzene, methanoic acid, and acetylene all contain at least 1 carbon atom. Benzene, C6H6, methanoic acid. Simplest carboxylic acid is HCOOH. Acetylene, or ethene, is the simplest alkene, and that's HCCH. Ozone is O3, and wrong. And ammonia is NH3, and also wrong. Lots of 5s, couple of 3s, and a smattering of 0s. Let's reorder the board, or reset the board. And we go on. 2 correct answers up here, 5 points if you can find one, and your options are Bounty Islands, that, Noi, New, Cook Islands, Coral Sea Islands, Norfolk Island. Name an external territory of Australia. Remember, you don't have to play. I will keep saying you don't have to play. Bounty Islands, Noi, and the Cook Islands are all territories of New Zealand. Coral Sea Islands and the Norfolk Island, the only correct answers there. Very well done if you got one of those. Good restraint if you abstained and preserved your 5 points. Bad luck if you've wiped out everyone over on the right-hand side. I'm afraid you will not be able to risk on this question. I have no points banked, you must play. Yeah, maybe. Maybe, but if you've got 5 and then you don't know and there's only 2... There we go. Lots of players on 10, a few on 8 and a few on 5 as we clear the board and we go to the risk question. Players on the right, you won't be able to risk on this because you've got no risk to risk. Risk. But on the left, if you want to gamble your points, remember, if you choose to risk and abstain, it's treated as wrong. So think carefully because you're only going to see the options, and they are Ti-da-va-riva, boom-bada-boom-ba-doom-ba, ski-ba-bop-ba-dop-bop, ken-da-bada-ba, Starmadar Venabap. Bank or risk? Okay, so what is the logic here? Those who have risked... What? What the fuck? That's very strange. There's a whole amalgam of colours going on there. I'm assuming those who banked went black, apart from those who couldn't risk, who were blue and stayed blue, as did the ones at the top. So actually, at this point, when it goes in the bank, even those... Right, so even those who couldn't risk their... Can someone write this down in suggestions? Those who can't risk, their straps need to turn black when the risk result is revealed. Something to that effect, and I'll know what it means. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players risking. Top at Shapes, Cusant, and Pyro risking 10, Ralph risking 8, and Fet risking 5. Good luck to you. And you've seen the options, and here's the question. Name the phrase that completes the title of the song Scatman Blank by Scatman John. Oh, you're all too good. Top quality content. Arun's just written here, apologies, this is utterly unhinged. It reached the UK top 10 in 1995. Predicted that one correctly for once. Good prediction there, Fetz, and well done on knowing the answer. Everyone who risked there doubling up their points. Ski babop bat badop bop was the answer. Very well done. If you got some points there, let's put them in the bank. And we've got a tie at the top. Risky topper, Sam and Shapes all with 30, Ralph now with 26, and then a smattering with 20. Another 3 questions and 5 options for this here. First one, 2 points if you can find one of the 4 correct answers. Options are... Eliza Doolittle, Christina Drayton, Ethel Thayer, Eleanor of Aquitaine, Eva Lovelace. Name a role that won Katharine Hepburn a Best Actress Oscar. Ooh. Everyone's had a go, but not everyone has got it right. A lot of you finding the one wrong answer up there, Eliza Doolittle. Eliza Doolittle was the role played by Audrey Hepburn in 1964's My Fair Lady. There's also a mid-20 or early 2010s artist who sang "Pack up your troubles in your old kit bag." I really got into that song for a bit. Ada Lovelace in Morning Glory. Sorry, Eva Lovelace in Morning Glory. Christina Drayton was in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner in 1967. Morning Glory 1933, incidentally. Eleanor of Aquitaine in The Lion in Winter in 1968. And Ethel Thayer in On Golden Pond in 1981. Well done if you got one of those answers. Let's clear the board and go on. 3 correct answers out of 5 here. 3 points if you can find one, and your options are XX, the XX, Elbow, Portishead, Franz Ferdinand, Suede. Name a Mercury Prize winning album. What a great question this is as well. Maybe you don't have to play. You got Hepburned. Topper is not going to risk those 2 points. He is going to keep them there. See, that's correct. You should definitely go black there if you choose not to risk. That's right. 5 players wiping out on that one, going for either Elbow, or Portishead. Suede won in 1993, Franz Ferdinand in 2004, the XX in 2010, Portishead won in 1995 for Dummy, wasn't the self-titled album, and Elbow did win in 2008, but it was for The Seldom Seen Kid, which is the only album I actually know by Elbow. So very well done if you did manage to get that. A lot of players on 5, a smattering on 3, Topper's got 2, and a few on a wipeout. So lots of variety available as we go to question number 3. 5 options, 2 correct answers, 5 points if you can find one, and your options are Deborah, Judith, Martha, Esther, Rebecca. Name a book of the Catholic Bible. Maybe you don't have to play. Not so top quality content. Good abstentions there from a few people. Tricky question. Judith and Esther were the right answers. Deborah, Martha and Rebecca do not feature in the Bible. This is one question Arun and I had a small conversation about. Oh, Sam wiping out. Oof. And Shapes as well. Oof. Because I suggested, why don't we change it to the King James version of the Bible, because that's a more common name, to which Arun correctly pointed out that Judith features in the Apocrypha, which no longer features as standard in the King James version of the Bible, but does feature as standard, or rather the Apocrypha features as standard in the Catholic Bible. So we left the question as it was, just so there wasn't any contention. But Deborah, Martha and Rebecca definitely don't exist, whereas Judith and Esther definitely do. Well played if you got some points. Lots of people on 10. Let's clear the board. Option to risk now. Most players have got some risk to play with if you would like to. If not, then it will go in the bank. But remember, if you risk, you can't abstain, because abstention will be treated as wrong on the risk question. Oh, excuse me. So, 5 options, only 1 correct answer, potential for double points, and your options are California Roll, Bangers and Mash, Stargazy Pie, Dal Tadka, Wallabass. Bank or risk? Wallabass? Wallabass? French is a little rusty. Okie dokie, I can't tell who's risked what. Well, I can tell because it's gone in the bank because the colours are all messed up at this point. But Nato, Opsy, Colo, 2 and Mark all risking 5. Clive, BC, Colin and Fetz all risking 8. And Jogging Pyro and Cusant and Ralph all risking 10. Good variety of points. Topper with the current bank lead, 37 in the bank at the moment, but potential to be overtaken. Let's see what happens here. Good luck. Here is the question. Name a dish that, when cooked traditionally, is suitable for vegetarians. If you don't know, take a guess. If you abstain, it'll be wrong anyway. It's dal tadka. Dal tadka was the answer. Stargazy Pie is fish heads poking out the top. Bangers and Mash contains sausage. Wallabass is seafood soup, and California Roll contains crab sticks. Only dal tadka, a lentil-based dish, is suitable for vegetarians. Well done if you got that. Ralph, Pyro, Jogging, Colin, Mark, Toot, Colo, and Natter all doubling up there. Very well done, very well done. Looks like Ralph is going to go into the lead with 46 points. Very well done there. Let's put those points into the bank and check out the scores at the end of round 1. Thanks, cheers. Booyah Base. Oh, Wallabass. Buali Bay. It's gone now, anyway. Well, California Roll was mispronunciation of the last one. Is that what I mean? Are you not entertained? Crab. There's crab sticks in it. In California Roll. It's a sushi item. Sushi. I thought my Wallabass was quite good, but I guess not. You fell. Well, I'm glad I can all entertain you with my terrible French pronunciation. At the end of round 1, Ralph has got the lead with 46, Pyro's in second with 40, and Risky Topper is in third with 37. We got Mark, Otley, Sam, Shapes, and 2 all on 30. Colin's got 26, Jogging and Jers and Stimpson are on 25. Golo's got 23, Cusant and Mr. Vertigo and Shadow are on 20. AB Mia, Podo, Fetz, Listwitz and Lottibus are on 15. G. Isen's on 13. Natter, Opsy and Riff and Sonic are all on 10. Mantis and Monster on 8. BC, Circubat and Silver Electron on 5, and unfortunately Clive yet to score, but there is still plenty of time to make up those points as we go to round number 2. Round 2 is the board game. Select as many of the 9 presented options as you like within 60 seconds. At least 4 and up to 7 of the answers will be correct. I'm not going to tell you exactly how many because where's the fun in that? For each correct answer identified, you earn 5 risk points. However, if you identify even 1 incorrect answer, you score nothing for the board. 3 boards in this round, and Kegler Coach, welcome to the stream. Oh, you'll need the app, my dude, if you want to come play. You have to read the whole strap. You can't just read the room code. You will need to get on the app if you want to come play. I'll give you a couple of seconds. Just a reminder, because it was a point that was raised by Shapes, I think, a few weeks ago when we last played. Once you've submitted, there is no going back. You can't add any more. You can't take any off. You have got 60 seconds, and there is a timer on your app up in the top right corner. You can read. That's all good. Yeah, you've got 60 seconds. to think about it, to select and deselect, and then press the submit button at the bottom. This is the first new thing on the app because it's got a new grid form out. It should be working. I did do a very short test run of it, and it seemed to be working, but there may be a bug that emerges. If it does, it will be after question 2. Welcome on in, Kegler Coach. Yes, don't press submit until you're sure. You've got a full 60 seconds to think about it, and that's all I'm going to say. Good luck. Here's board number 1. Options are Fulvus, Rufus, Flammulated, Psymonk, Chaco, Stygian, Bard, Tessac, Teat. Identify the genuine species of owl. Oh, I can see who gets correct answers and who wipes out in real time. Oh, very fun. Remember, anything between 4 and 7 are correct. You can play as many as you like. Oh, this is very interesting. Right, Nata Opsy needs some answers. Last 10 seconds. Here come the ticks. And Nata just out of time there. And there you go. It's very interesting seeing people wipe out on the way. So the score, the risk score, if you've gone red, shows how many answers you played. Glitched out on you? In what way, Nata? Give me more details and pop them in suggestions. Screenshots are very helpful because then I can look. Yeah, I think the interface works reasonably well. But yes, Fulvus, Rufus, Flammulated, Chaco, Stygian, and Bard are all types of owl. The Psymonk owl, you might be thinking of Simon Cowell, Psymonk owl. The Tessac owl, you might be thinking of Tessa Jowl, and of course, the humble Teat owl, you might be thinking of Teat owl. So yes, Simon Cowell, Tessa Jowl, and Teat owl were not the right answers, I'm afraid. And a sneaky little question there from Arun. Flammulated is a small North American owl. The Bard is a large owl native to North America. The Rufus is native to parts of Oceania. Fulvus native to Central America. That one's been changed from what is there. Chaco is found in Argentina, Bolivia, and Paraguay, and etc. etc. Angry, respectful applause. These are my points, but I have now. That's a brew from me. Yeah, T-Towel, Tessa Jowl, and Simon Cowell are not right answers, unfortunately. So, Colin, Mr. Vertigo, Shadowmane, Apodo, Listwitz all going for 4. Aiden and Otley going for 1, but everyone in between them, I'm afraid that's a wrong answer. Let's put the points in the bank and reset the board. Pyro into the lead with 60 points. Let's go on. I'd say keep the scoreboard static as it gets a bit messy with all the constant rearranging the rearrange after time expires. I'll think about that, Topper. I will think about it. I disagree. I kind of like the moving. It doesn't really matter because names are reasonably clear, but I'll think about it. On we go. Next board options are Scottish singer of Someone You Loved, author of the Screwtape Letters, writer who wrote the poem Jabberwocky, American winner of the 1949 Nobel Prize for Literature, founder of the website MoneySavingExpert.com, reached the UK #1 with the song Great Balls of Fire, host of the Comedy Central series Root of All Evil, winner of the 2009 F1 World Championship and won gold at the heptathlon at the 2000 Olympic Games. Identify the people whose forename or surname is Lewis. Have you got the glitch, Kasey? Excellent. They both do the same thing. Yeah. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was dead or not. It's an amusing glitch. But it doesn't break the game. Both of them do the same thing. But yeah, I will fix that for next time. Yeah, if you've got 2 submit buttons, that's the amusing glitch. Right, last few seconds. Get some answers in. Most players banking out some points there. The reason I like the reordering topper, incidentally, is because it shows who has risked the most at a glance, which is really useful. So you can see midway through, oh, Tooter's risked 6, and he's found 6 correct answers as well. Good. I'm glad you're fully aware of that. I was just explaining. That's why I like it, and why I've been inclined to keep it. So, right answer, Scottish singer of Someone You Love. That was Lewis Capaldi, author of the Screw Tape Letters. In fact, I'm just going to go through in the order I've got them here, because it'll be easier. Jabberwocky, wrote the poem Jabberwocky. That was Lewis Carroll. Screw Tape Letters was C.S. Lewis. Heptathlon winner. That was Denise Lewis. Great Balls of Fire, Jerry Lee Lewis. Root of All Evil, Lewis Black. Money saving expert, Martin Lewis. F1 driver is Jenson Button, not Lewis Hamilton. Bad luck if you went for him. And the 1949 Nobel Prize winner was William Faulkner. Sinclair Lewis won in 1930. Lewis Hamilton, yeah, that one. Very well done if you've banked out some points there. Let's put them into the bank. Right, it's not itch.io, Natter, it's WebGL rather than itch specifically. There. You're going to get us with Lewis Carroll on. Oh, it's a pen. That would have been mean, wouldn't it? One more for y'all. Ralph with the lead at the moment. And let's take a look at the options. They are Australia, Canada, England, New Zealand, Ireland, France, Wales, USA, South Africa. Identify the countries that have won either the men's or the women's Rugby World Cup. And Natter, I see you validating now, but the payload for the question's already gone out, so you won't get it again. Unfortunately. Okay. Last few seconds. Give me something. Smiths are like rabbits. Yeah, there should be 3 of them now. I'll fix that for next. I don't know why that's happening. Well, I do know why it's happening. I just haven't fixed it yet. And there's time up, and let's reorder you once again. Green if you banked out. Oh, Topper banking out 5 of them there. 25 points, well played. Sam Shape, Sotley, Jogging, Mr. Vertigo, Sonic, Obsy, BC, and Riff all getting 4 for 20 points. Ralph picks up 3 for 15. Toot, Fets, and Mantis taking 2 for 10. Natter, check the announcement I put in Discord earlier on. If you're doing what you were doing before, where you're trying to validate on both Twitch and if you're trying to validate on the app and then using your phone to validate on Twitch, it will disconnect you when you alt tab. Check the announcement I put in announcements earlier on. You're going to have to validate through a different method because I haven't fixed that yet. I haven't gotten around to it. I will, but yeah, that's how you're going to have to get around that. So, New Zealand, England, Australia and South Africa are the only countries to have won the Men's Rugby World Cup. The USA, England and New Zealand are the only countries to have won the Women's. So Canada, Ireland, France and Wales were all incorrect. Bad luck if you have wiped out their Pyro going for... oh no, sorry, I looked at the wrong column. Sorry, Pyro, I thought you went for 60. I thought you went for 60 points there. If you attempted... how have you done that? You've attempted 12. There aren't even 12 options on the board. But no, you only attempted 5. But unfortunately, at least one of them was wrong. Right, well done. Let's clear the board and check out the scores. So, Ralph maintains his lead with 96. Sam and Shapes tied in second with 90. And Topper is in third with 87. With 1 round to go. Toots on 80, Otley on 70, Jogging, Mr. Vertigo, Pyro, Sonic on 60, Mark and Opsy have got 55, BC, Jers, Lottibus on 45, Monster's got 43, Fetz and Cusence have got 40, Cola's on 38, Collins on 36, Abodo and Riff are on 30, G-Eisens, Mantissa on 28, ABME, Sir Kabat and Listwitz and Stimson on 25, Kegler and Shadowbane on 20, Glides on 15, Natters on 10, Silver Electron on 5, but there is still 1 round to go. I break everything usually. Right, so Natter, I see that you've just joined the lobby again. If you now Alt-Tab out of your app from Chrome to the Twitch app, then it is going to disconnect you. So keep that open, keep your phone open, type the code into Twitch chat on a PC if you can, and then go back. If you try and do both on the phone, it's going to disconnect you. When you lose focus from Chrome, if you haven't validated, it won't do the auto reconnect. I've got the code to do it, I just haven't put it in yet. And it is on the Trello board already. So I'm hoping you're in now. Next Risky Business Pack should have a board question that's just 9 submit buttons. That could be quite fun. Right. Oh, thank you, Nato. I will just continue. So this round has got a new feature that Arun asked me specifically to implement, and I think I did. Round 3. We'll find out in a minute. This or that is the name of round 3. Select the correct answer from the 2 options presented within 7 seconds, and they go damn quick, so make sure you are fast. However, the new feature I've implemented will hopefully make it a bit easier for you, as you will see. Answering correctly earns you increasingly more risk points, 1 then 2 then 3, and so on. Answering incorrectly at any time will reduce your risk points to 0 and reset your streak. If you abstain, you bank your risk and you reset your streak. 15 questions in the round, as ever. Though, of course, there could be more if I want to put more in, or if Arun wanted to put more in, but he didn't, so it's fine. Right. I'll read that in a minute. The reason for the sluggish foot, no, I do know. I'll explain it at the end why it's sluggish. There's a very good reason, which I'll tell you all about in a minute. Right. Those are the rules, and it's not a particularly exciting new feature, it's just quality of life for you guys, and hopefully it'll work. Question 1, options are: a colour of the rainbow, not a colour of the rainbow, orange, there it is, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Well done if you got that. On we go. Question 2. This or that options are: a chemical element, not a chemical element, arsenic, it is a chemical element with atomic number 33. Well done if you got that. On we go. This or that, A or B. Options are: a variety of apple, not a variety of apple, Cavendish. I think Otley's trying to shoot the moon here. There's a 3 wrong in a row. No one is that unlucky. Not a variety of apple, it's a variety of banana, in fact. And the feature that I've added is that the answers will always be is on the left and is not on the right. So it's not a massively exciting new feature, but it just makes it easier for you guys to have consistency. So if you think it is, it's on the left. If you think it's not, it's on the right. Lottie, let's first put some points in the bank, banking out 3 there. Let's put them in and reorder the board. On we go. Question number 4. This or that options are: a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, not a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical, Cabaret. Okay, quite a few banks there. Ralph, Risky Topper, Monster, Cusence, ABME, Kegler, and Silver Electron all banking 6. Mantissa banking 3 on that one. It is not a Rodgers and Hammerstein musical. It is written by Kander and Ebb. Let's put those points into the bank. So Ralph has got the bank lead. Who's got the risk lead at the moment? 10 is still the risk lead. Players with the most at stake. Potential: still Ralph with 102, but possibly not for long. Because, of course, the more you get right in a row, the faster the score tends to go up. Let's go on to the next question. This or that options are: a side of hats, Not a style of hat. Tam O'Shanter. Aaron, welcome to the stream. Yeah, a hat. Is it Irish? It sounds like it's Irish. Tam O'Shanter. That's my cousin, Tam O'Shanter. G. Eisen's banking at 3 points there. Let's pop them into the bank. Still a risk lead of 15 at the moment as we go to the next question. This or that options are. A film starring Ben Stiller. Not a film starring Ben Stiller. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. Oh, Shapes with a 15-point wipeout there. You hate to see it. No, Will Ferrell, Paul Rudd and Steve Carell, but not Ben Stiller. Colin banking 15 there. Circa banking 1. Let's put them into the bank. Shapes wiping out 15. He's going to be very sad about that. Ralph with the bank lead, but the potential lead now belongs to Samster, who's got a potential of 111 right there. As that bank starts to go up and up and up, we go to the next question. This or that options are. A landlocked country. Not a landlocked country. Latvia. It is not a landlocked country. It has a coast on the Baltic Sea. And I'm being told in chat that Ben Stiller is in fact in the Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy. If it's uncredited, I will let it slide. Let's double check it, because I didn't see anything when I looked it up on his IMDb page. What was it, 2006? Actor. This is important just to double check. I won't be long. He's right. He's credited. That's just slipped through. He's not a lead, but he is in it. It's a glorified cameo. Well, that has snuck past me. No. Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy, 2004. Message from our sponsor, Odie. Welcome to the stream.
Hello. Good evening and shite balls.
Shite balls to you too, Odie. Thank you for the 100 bits. Yeah, that snuck through. I can only apologise. It's not a leading role, but he does appear. Apparently, it is on his IMDb page, and I don't know how I've let that get by. So you will just have to accept my humble apologies for that, because this is such a it's such a difficult game with so many branches that it goes off of. To go back and change all that now would be tricky. Arun and I send our sincere apologies. Yeah, it's not a starring role, but it apparently it was credited. Didn't, if it said on IMDb uncredited, I would have let it slide. But that's a mea culpa. So apologies for that. Jogging, Liswitch and Shadowmay putting 21 in the bank. Mr. Vertigo putting 6. Infects putting in 3. Risk lead is still 28. Sam Tootmark and Riff all sharing it. Let's put those points into the bank. And Ralph still with the bank lead for now, but there is a lot of risk behind as we go to the next question. This or that, A or B options are. A UK national park. Not a UK national park. The New Forest. I'm afraid so. It's just up the road from me. Yeah. It is very much a national park. Jurors putting 10 in the bank. Apollo putting 6 in. Stimpson's Angle putting 3 in. Circabat putting 1 in. Let's pop those points in. Oh, but 2 with a 28-point wipe out there. Oof. You hate to see it. No, I'm afraid it is a national park. Let's pop the points into the bank. Penicillin. Oh.
Pain.
Sorry about that too. Let's go on. Next question, this or that, A or B options are. Position in netball. Not a position in netball. Centre. It is. It is a position in netball. Mark banking 36. Sonic and Mantissa banking 3 there. Let's pop them in the bank. The risk lead is still with Sam and Riff with 45. Riff now with 150% at risk of what is in his bank. Mark is banking out and saying exactly where he is on the strap rearranger. Let's just take a look at the potential lead at the moment. Not masses of change, just Samsa going up to the top and Riff jumping a long way up, potentially. But Ralph still has the lead by what is in the bank right now. Let's go on to the next question. For those keeping track, it's question 10. This or that, A or B, options are. A Tudor monarch. Not a Tudor monarch. Richard III. He is not a Tudor monarch. He was a Plantagenet. Plantagenet came quite a lot earlier than the Tudors. Sam is calling it quits and banking is 45. Lottibus is banking 15. And Sonic is banking 0 there, abstaining with nothing at risk. Maybe just missed the question. Let's put them in the bank all the same. Where's Riff going? Riff has got the risk lead now with 55, all on his own. I think that is every question right so far. That would make sense with the maths. 120 points available in this game. It's worth pointing out. Let's go on to question 11. This or that, A or B, options are. An Italian composer. Not an Italian composer. Artemisia Gentileschi. This is a tricksy question. Not an Italian composer, but they were Italian. She was an artist. I was wondering why it was a name I'd never heard of. But yeah, she was an artist. She was Italian, but not a composer. Monster BC, Colo, Stimson's Angle, Circuback, Kegler, Coach, all putting 3 into the bank. Few wipeouts there. Riff still with a risk lead of 66. Goodness me. I'm really getting my steps with all this, but you really are, Riff. Let's send you all the way back again. And then let's order by potential to bring you all the way back up to... potentially getting into 4th at this point, Riff. Potentially getting into 4th. Samster has got both the risk and both the bank and the potential lead. But Riff, you're let's send you back to where you actually are. All the way back down there. If you bank it, then you could get up as far as 4th, possibly higher if you keep going at this rate as we go to the next question. It's number 12. This or that, A or B. Options are. A vertebrate. Not a vertebrate. Poison dart frog. Of course it's a vertebrate. It's a frog. Frogs famous for their backbones, of course. Oh, Riff, no! Riff! 66 points of risk has all gone down the toilet. Of course it's a vertebrate, Riff. Of course it is. I mean, why would it? Of course it's a frog. Frogs have got back. They're amphibians, but they're still vertebrates. Yeah, if you pick one up, they're like. Oh.
Pain.
3 pains for Riff.
What a shame.
And what a shame. It breaks your brain, it does, but Riff shapes 2, Otley, Opsy, and quite a few others on the other side all wiping out on that question. You hate to see it. Goodbye points. And Riff, that will be the last time you take those steps because I think you are now resigned to being over on that side of the board for the rest of the game. You could have had such joy. Oh, bad luck. Who's got the bank lead now? I didn't actually check. The risk lead rather, not the bank lead. Jogging and Pyro, both with 15. The potential, Jogging is potentially in 3rd at the moment with that risk behind, but currently actually a bit further down in 6th. So we go on to the next question, question 13. This or that, A or B options are. A Spanish-speaking country. Not a Spanish-speaking country. Mozambique. Unfortunately not. No, they speak Portuguese in Mozambique. Similar, but not the same. Jogging banking 15, Mr. Vertigo banking 6, Lottibus banking 3. Very well done. Let's pop the points in the bank. Risk lead now with Pyro on 21. As I go into the bank, Pyro is halfway down the left-hand side, but if we order by potential Pyro, you could be getting up as high as that at the moment. And there are still 2 questions to go, which could take you as far as 35 and 4th place, potentially. Let's see what happens as we go to question 14. This or that, A or B options are. It's no, well, I don't know. I have to plead ignorance on that one, Shapes. A company founded in the 1990s. Not a company founded in the 1990s. eBay. I say similar because they're next door to each other geographically. I actually have no idea if the languages are similar or not. To my eternal shame. So I defer to superior knowledge on that one. It was a company founded in the 1995 to be exact. Jurors Banking 10, Mantissa Banking 6, and Pyro still with that risk lead of 28. Let's put the points into the bank. As we look at the bank score, Samson's got quite a hefty lead, 135 here. I think he is safe with the gold. No one's really getting up close there. Pyro's got the biggest movement potential available there. And Vets has got a little bit of movement potential as well. But I think it's going to be Sam's gold. Could be a race on for silver, though, as we go to the final question. This or that, A or B options are. An Australian singer. Not an Australian singer. Kimbra. I'm afraid not. They were born in Hamilton, New Zealand. Oh, Pyro! At the last minute, it's all gone away, losing that 28 points, which means Vets finishes with the most risk of 21. Will bank that. Oh no, Vets is going to put that in the bank now, and Colin is going to put 6 in the bank, and Lotibus is going to put 1, and Simpsons Angle is going to put 1 in the bank, which means the most risk at the end of the game was Mark and Sonic with 10, which we will add to your totals as we reset the board one final time and check out the final score. And there we have it. It is Jogging and Topper going out on the bubble with 99 with the non-existent verdigris medal. Mark takes the bronze with 101. Ralph takes the silver with 102. But it's Sam with a stonking great 138 who's going to take the gold. Very well played. And if I look at my gameplay manager, I will tell you how many pennies you're going to get. Or an estimation. Times it by 5. Bloody Nora. So 5 times 138, whatever that is. It might even tell you on the app if I've been very clever. Does it tell you on the app how many pennies you're going to get? Does it tell you? Lauren Do! Thanks for that follow. Much appreciated. Oh, it does. Nice. I gained a total of 0 points in that round, making the entire thing pointless. Oh, it's Otley. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. But still, you get some smart money, 350 pennies out the back of it, which is nice. I have been clever. That's nice. 5p every point, 505p. Very nice. Well, thank you very much to Arun for a lovely question pack with a little bit of everything in there. I hope you had fun with it. And congratulations, of course, to our winner, Sam. Ralph on the silver, Mark on the bronze. And yeah, I'll fix that bug. Natter, your persistent bug, it's a known issue. We talked about it last week, and to be fair, I do need to fix it, but in the interim, you know what the solution is. Best pack ever, thanks, Arun. No more Bible shit, though. Yeah, doing it using the web. Did anyone else have, apart from the submit potential problem on the multi-select, did anyone have any problems with the app, or does it all seem reasonably intuitive? Why are you not working? New coil. Let's go with yes. Did it all seem to work? Good here. Works for me. Okay. That's all very encouraging. Didn't crash. That's good. All worked nicely. All good for me on my first time. Excellent. That's always good to hear first time positive feedback. Thank you, Circubat. Looked to work good to me. I like the tick untick feature. Yeah, when that works properly with a submit unsubmit button. So the reason I've put the new grid layout in is for Red Herrings, which we're going to play in a minute. The layout on the app using the old system wasn't the same as the layout on the screen, and I thought that's going to be a world of pain in the last round, and the other rounds for that matter, because it's a big multiple choice game, effectively. So I fixed it, but there may be a problem with that submit button. When we get to round 3 of Red Herrings, there may be some pain with that, but it is on the Trello board to fix. App lacks light mode functionality. What does that mean, Cassini? I don't know what that means. App lacks blockchain. Oh, that's not going to happen. Konami code functionality. Yes. Maybe I should add some Konami code functionality. Besides the multiplying submit. All right for me, but yeah, that's a known issue. Lacks AI. Oh, stop it, all of you. That would have been horrid. I'm moving on. Moving on to the next game. When we come back, it's a retro pack of Red Herrings while I test the new software. This will be the first time it's ever been played, and the first time this pack has gone in, and I've only just translated it over. Oh, not using black. Oh, fine, yeah. Good. A drinks dispenser. That's what it had in Bidding War, and everyone complained that it ran too slow. I've sort of stripped it out, made it lightweight. Yeah, so an old pack of mine, one of my very first packs of red herrings, actually, from way back when the game was new, sort of 3 years ago nearly. In fact, probably is 3 years ago now. So things might break because it is a test run ahead of the first proper game, which will be next week. It is going to use the app, so you'll need to refresh it. There may be problems when we get to the final round on the multi-select. We'll just have to wait and see. And again, I haven't updated the credits. I am going to. I promise I am. Freshness showed me a vision of a future most foul. I can only apologise, Clive. Let's have some credits. I'm going to go get another drink. I suggest you do the same. We'll play some adverts, but we won't start the next game without you. Thank you again to a run for a lovely pack of risky business. I'll see you after the break for Red Herrings. Thanks for playing. See you in a sec. So, we're going to take a bit of a break. I'm going to play some music. I'm going to give y'all an opportunity to... Okay, music, thank you for that. Let me pop that into use. Well, let's make this, because it has to be done this way. Risky 269 pennies, if you would like them. Colin, that's weird that it's not storing your user data. Be curious to see if anyone else is getting stored user data, or not, if you've got to validate again. Bod, welcome to the stream, just in time for all new Red Herrings, coming up in just a few minutes' time. I'm going to play some adverts, but don't change the channel, because when we come back, brand new software, Red Herrings, with a retro pack of mine. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. It'll be fun, whatever, I'm sure. Don't touch that dial, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the third and final part of this evening's game night, where it's time for Red Herrings. All new software, old questions, using the app. Same game format we know and love, just a little shiny around the edges. Trivia's a bit not great, and there may be errors. This is still being built in terms of... Oh, blimey, that leaderboard is very, very fast in its reordering, isn't it? I'm not sure if I like it. It'll grow on me, I'm sure. Ignore the drills and the hard hats lying around, because this is very much still work in progress. There's, I've not done the credits yet, which is probably just as well because they'd have the wrong names in anyway. I have not done picture and music rounds, which is fine because there is no picture and music round this week, nor in next week's new pack either. Yes, Aaron, you're benning me. No, I have not got an app build for Ubuntu. I do have that one for Mac. I've barely got one for PC. 6-character limit. Where? Anyway, and it hasn't got the thing where the answers disappear in the final round, where it takes the answer. That hasn't been implemented yet. It's the last piece of proper implementation that I haven't done. Oh, on the name, yeah, it truncates it, which is fine. Yeah, I'm truncating the player names. It was a recommendation from Colo, which I quite liked, because it keeps everything consistent on the text size. Oh, is it the JavaScript error? Yeah, that's a weird thing. I don't know why it happens. Did you type the wrong code by any chance, Lupine? If so, that's really annoying. It maybe you've typed the wrong room code, because occasionally that error resurfaces on a wrong room code. Try it again on a different client, possibly with a different browser. Lupine, yeah, but that JavaScript error comes up occasionally. Yeah, see if you can get in with a different browser. There you go, Ralph. I'm curious, if you possibly typed the room code incorrectly? If so, if that bug has come back again, then I need to iron it out. That's why I don't like updating the client app unless I absolutely have to. Right, I'm just going to test this theory myself. Persephone's share.itch.io/game night. Run game. Yeah, okay, this bug is back then. Oh no, it's working at my end. It's doing what it's supposed to at mine. Sometimes if you type the wrong room code, it gets really shitty and breaks everything. Okay, Natter, if you're trying to do the thing again where you're doing it on one mobile device, as I have explained, it isn't going to work. So what you ideally want to do is join on your mobile device and then type your verification code on a PC. That is the only way you are going to get into the game, because I still haven't fixed that thing like since the last game when I last mentioned it. So if you want to play the game, I can do it manually at this end and type your verification code here. But if you keep alt-tabbing, it will keep not working. I only clock it because I see you joining the lobby again. So yeah, that whole alt-tabbing thing's not going to work, and I'm now aware, actually, if you are alt-tabbing, you maybe can't hear me. Okay, it looks like it's validated you. Hopefully it'll work for you. If not, I will fix that error in the fullness of time, but until I do, hopefully it works. Right, we'll wait for this sting to play out. I will stress these questions aren't particularly good. There may be typos and weird punctuation because I changed the question model, and on the old question model there was an HTML encoder. Okay, if you're offline then you're not going to get stuff. Join with a new client and then DM me your authorization. Oh, is it? Oh, you can't do that because you can't alt-tab out. You need a second device. I can't hold it. We've gone 2 times around the loop. I can't hold off on it any longer, and I have explained it a few times this evening already. So we're going to crack on with the game, and I haven't even done hotkeys yet, so I've got to press the button in the inspector. Let's lock the lobby. We've got rules now, which is new. So, the Tower of Babel is round number 1. So, probably one of the very first Red Herrings rounds that I wrote. And it's probably crap, or probably quite easy. I don't know, we'll find out. But those are the rules, and they're all there because they're all quite dynamically generated. The rules here, they're all generated dynamically because I can change points and values and things. So 1 point for a right answer, lose 1 point for a wrong answer. There's bonus questions. There's not fixed to 3. There may be any number. They won't be first, last, or consecutive, but bonus questions are worth 3 points if you're right, but will cost you 3 if you're wrong. 2 points are awarded. An extra bonus of 2 points is awarded for a perfect round. Answers will not be used more than once, and there are 4 red herrings hidden on the grid, which will never be correct. Oh, hello, Clive. Welcome to the game at the speed of light. So those are the rules. It's the same rules as ever, and the category is the Tower of Babel, and here are your options. Portuguese, German, Quenya, English, Spanish, Lapin, Swedish, Italian, Dothraki, High Valyrian, Dutch, French, Swahili, Latin, Klingon, and Maori. And that character is not working in Maori, but let's see what happens. Hopefully it all works on your devices. Remember, answers won't be repeated, and it also runs. Good luck! Here's question number 1. What is the official language of Brazil? That leaderboard is so fucking fast. If you've lost a point there, you've gone red. If you've got a point, you've gone green. It's Portuguese. Up there in the top left-hand corner. Yay, the yays are still there. The yays and the does and the dolls and the squeaks are still there. In Monty Python, nobody expects what type of Inquisition? That's the Spanish. Think of lemmings. I don't know, actually. Is it sort of, it might be lemmings-ish? Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. In Watership Down, what language is used by rabbit characters? Remember, no penalties for abstention. Hello, Bod. Welcome to the game. Lapin, or Lapine, however you pronounce that. Well done if you got that one. Oh, look, new bonus question animation. It's our first one. 3 points if you're right, minus 3 if you're wrong. Take a look. Oh, now the countdown comes after the announcement. What is the name of Tolkien's Elvish language used in the Lord of the Rings books? Minus 3 if you're wrong, so tread carefully. Well done if you got that one. It's Quenya. Quenya is the Lapine one. That could work. Quenya was the answer. Well done if you got some bonus points there. Next question. In which language does the word hair translate to has or hassa? These questions are 3 years old. I hope they're still in date and not ambiguous. Apologies if they are. We're testing the software, not the questions. The correct answer is German. I hope it's not also Dutch. Okay, on to the next. Pizza and pasta are 2 of the most common types of dish in which cuisine? Yay, dot wave. They are, of course, Italian. Probably my favourite type of cuisine. No other bonuses yet. Here's another question, though. From which language do we get the phrase Hakuna Matata? That would be Swahili. Hakuna Matata. No, it means no worries for the rest of your days. There we go. If I was performing a traditional haka, what language would I be speaking? You would be speaking Maori, or M-A with a thing over it, Ori. Here's another question. If you're splitting the bill equally in a restaurant, it's also known as going what? That's called going Dutch. Incidentally, the bonuses, I don't know if anyone is on a perfect game so far. The bonuses I haven't tested. They weren't working before. I spotted why. I fixed it but didn't test it. So we'll find out. What language is the mother tongue of Game of Thrones' Targaryen family? Oh, Mark, have you busted a perfect streak there? It's High Valyrian. It is not Dothraki. Daenerys Targaryen marries into a Dothraki tribe, but the mother tongue is High Valyrian. Next question. What is the official language of the country that was home to Alfred Nobel? Swedish. He was from Sweden. How many more have we got? Because I don't put a question count at this end. I'll do it your end, but not at my end. I'll debug. I haven't done the debugging yet. Dijon mustard is also known as what mustard? That would be French mustard. Right, is that it? There's the red herrings, English, Dothraki, Latin, and Klingon. And that is the end of round 1. There was only one bonus question in round 1. Any bonus points? Yes! Colo and Sonic getting 2 bonus points there. So, yeah, only one bonus. So the way the bonuses work now, if the last question was not a bonus, and it is not the first question of the round, and it is not the last question of the round, there is a 1 in 3 chance that it will be a bonus. In that time, only one bonus came up. So, yeah, odds of that are quite small. Typically, you'd have 3 bonuses around, but random is random, and it sort of adds a bit of fun. The bonuses are always random anyway, so making the frequency random, I kind of like, I think is kind of fun. Because it's not a game with a fixed high score, ultimately, where we have a leaderboard. But Colo and Sonic, the only 2 getting a perfect round there, and on 16. You can't lose any more points from here, you'll be relieved to hear. Yeah, hopefully we can get you all up into the positives by the end, because in this game I have added pennies on, and the payout is 8 pennies for every point that you have at the end of the game. 8 pennies for every point. So, let's go on to round 2. Ooh, Matron, answer the 12 questions using the options available. Do you lose pens? No, you don't lose pennies. You have to have more than... If you have fewer than 0, it doesn't iterate anything. So you can't lose pennies. That's a sort of channel policy, community policy. Answer faster to earn more points. 3 points in the first 5 seconds, 2 in the next 5, and 1 in the last 5. Answering incorrectly freezes you out of the following question. Bonus questions may appear, which are worth a flat rate of 5 points if correct. An extra bonus of 3 points is awarded for a perfect round, and answers will not be used more than once, and there are 4 red herrings hidden on the grid, which will never be correct. Incidentally, the reason this is spitting all of these out like this, and it might look a bit strange, is because you can now have however many questions and however many red herrings you like. So you could have a round of just 2 questions and the rest of them red herrings. It'd be a very short round, but it's now possible to do that, and you can have any number of red herrings in the game. So hopefully that'll add a bit of interest. For the game next week, there isn't anything different. It's just going to be standard, and tonight it's just standard. But again, like with the Purge last week, like with Danger Zone now, like with Risky Business as well, all of these games, the length of pack is now dynamic. So I haven't updated the templates yet, so if any writers are considering doing something a bit different from the norm, do get in touch, and I'll explain how to go about that. So let's take a look at your options. Let's take a look. Cuckoo, Baloo, Voodoo, Cockatoo, Yahoo, Bamboo, Boogaloo, Taboo, Cockapoo, Tattoo, Buckaroo, Shampoo, Hullabaloo, Vindaloo, Waterloo, Peekaboo. Carry on films, it seems. Well, let's find out. I don't think they are. I think these are all supposed to be in quotation marks originally, but so think of these as speech. On we go. Question number 1. Yes, words that end in oo. Boo is what Topper says, yes. Well, looks like we're heading for Lockdown 2, Electric. This was written during the pandemic, as you can tell. That'd be Electric Boogaloo, as the expression goes. Hopefully the app is telling you how many points you're getting for a correct answer there. That's what it's supposed to do. This 1080 Ti is pretty good, but I remember the days of... sort of orangey if you're frozen out, dark red if you're wrong. Voodoo. 1080 Ti is a graphics card. I remember Voodoo graphics card way back in the late 90s. And possibly earlier than that. Origin of Symmetry is pretty good, but I much prefer Muse's live album. So So you've got the last one wrong, you've gone orange. Very subtle distinction between red and orange. If you're wrong, you go dark red. If you're frozen out, then you'll be that sort of more tangerine-y, orangey colour. Hullabaloo. Muse's album Hullabaloo. Good album, such as it is. Time for a bonus question. Bad luck if you're frozen out. You won't be able to answer this, but this is worth a flat rate of 5. When I play Google That, I really don't enjoy the early bird. I much prefer... technically starred with an exclamation mark, I think, but the round is taboo as a round of Google That. Well done if you remembered that. Frozen out and orange. For everyone else in blue, that bird is so pretty. It looks just like a parrot. Yeah, it's a... that would be cockatoo. Cockatoos and parrots look remarkably similar. Onwards to the next. Oh, Topper and Shadow, bad luck, frozen out of this bonus question. Flat rate of 5 if you can get this. Take a look. A korma? What's the point in even having a curry? I'm going to be having a chicken... just in the nick of time there. Vindaloo is the answer. Chicken, did you know that one, Topper, by any chance? Onwards to the next. Me, my mum, my dad and my gran, indeed. That's the cutest dog I've ever seen. Thanks, it's a Cocker Spaniel / Poodle cross, more commonly known as a... Chinese. What, a Vindaloo? No, that's a cockapoo. Cockapoo. I don't know if you got that one. No bonuses here. Here's the next question. I can get the saddle on there, but whenever I go for the cowboy hat, it goes off. That's why I don't play. That's why I don't play Buckaroo. What a great game. Played that a lot growing up. Here's another question for you. Submit Keglu and Opsy frozen out. You know what Gmail is overrated. I'm switching back to... and the faster you answer, the more points you get in this round. I'm really not. Yahoo is the answer. No, I very much use Gmail. Here's another bonus question for you. Flat rate of 5 points. No one is frozen out. Good luck. Take a look. I can never remember the name of that really catchy ABBA song. Oh, hang on. It's... Waterloo, I was defeated and won the war. I do. Get ready for the last question, I think. I keep the grand total of 2 bottles in the bathroom. One is shower gel, the other is... the other would be shampoo, is the answer. I think that's the end of the round. No, we've got another one, apparently. Can't keep track. My favourite song from the Jungle Book is definitely one of the ones sung by... yeah, I haven't done any debug, so I don't know what question we're on. But I did put them into the app side of things. I don't want to put them on the broadcast, because it just looks a bit messy, I think. And if you've got it on the app, then that's the important thing. Baloo, the bear, played by the guy who plays all the other Disney characters. The red herrings there, cuckoo, bamboo, tattoo, and peekaboo were the wrong answers, and that's the end of round number 2. Did anyone get any bonus points? I wasn't looking. I was watching my animations. A bottle that's empty. I haven't thrown out yet for some reason. Yeah, that sounds about right as well. So it's on the app. I'm not seeing it. After each question, it will say that if you got it right, it will say that was the right answer and you won X points. Oh, the question number, you mean? Yeah, it should be in the question strap. It should say question 1 of... It is there. If it's there for one, it'll be there for everyone. Yes, Opsimatic, you can do what you like. If you're playing on your phone, take it with you. It is good. I thought I'd put that in. Right. On we go. Oh no, I haven't gotten the stream deck for this yet, so I have to press a button. Round 3. Stars and Stripes answer the 9 questions. Only 9 questions. This is conventional with the format, but you can now have however many you like. Using the options available, earn more points for each consecutive correct answer. 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, etc. Answering incorrectly breaks your streak. Abstain from answering to preserve your streak. No bonus questions this round, but a bonus of 5 points is awarded for a perfect round. Answers will not be used more than once, and there are 3 red herrings hidden on this grid, which will never be correct. So same rules as before. Abstain if you want to preserve your streak. Get it wrong, it breaks your streak. You go purple if you're on a streak and blue if you're not. So let's take a look at the options. Just 12 this time. New York, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Dallas, Austin, Phoenix, Miami, Chicago, and Seattle. Again, 3-year-old question pack. It was still novel writing about America, so maybe, I don't know, people might find this easy. I don't know, let's find out. Stars and Stripes. Question 1. Hollywood is a neighborhood in the central region of which city? Most people are getting that. That's in Los Angeles. Los Angeles. Well done if you got that. Next. Oh, lots of purple. I like that purple. Finish the 1993 film title. Sleepless in... Okay. Lots of green. That'd be Sleepless in Seattle. Sleepless in Seattle. Never seen it. I think I've seen bits of it when I was very young. Probably younger than I should have been to watch such a film as that. What is the capital city of the USA? That's Washington, D.C., of course it is. Not any of the others. Washington, D.C. On we go. Next question. In which city would you find the Golden Gate Bridge? Okay, these questions are too easy, is my conclusion. Next week's are a bit harder. San Francisco is the answer. Hey, there's nothing wrong with getting some slightly easier questions from time to time. On we go. Where was home to the characters from the sitcoms Friends, Seinfeld, and How I Met Your Mother? Ooh, a few broken streaks there. That would be New York. They're all in New York. A few broken streaks. Let's see what comes with the next question. Complete the title of 1971 book by Hunter S. Thompson. Fear and Loathing in. Wrong sitcom, says Colin. Okay. Tweezers are not a tuning fork, is my conclusion. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was the answer. A few abstentions there, preserving streaks. Let's go on to the next. CSI adds spin-off series set in New York and which other city? Miami is the answer. CSI Miami and CSI New York. And another question for you all. Take a look. Which of these is the title of a 1975 musical about female prison inmates? I don't know which question this is, but if it's the last one, you might as well play. That was Chicago. Chicago. Any more? Yes, there is another one. Remember, question 9, you might as well play. You'll know when it's question 9. What is the capital city of the state of Texas? Oh, Podo and Pyro. That's the wrong one. It's Austin. Austin, Texas. And the red herrings there. Philadelphia, Dallas, and Phoenix were all the wrong answers there. There are cheeky little red herrings, and that is the end of round 3. Few perfect scores there. Oh, well, this is very interesting going into the final. Mark and Ralph on 97, Arun on 94, ABM on 93, Clive's got 92, Listwitz 91, Otley 89, Mr. Vertigo 82, Apodo and Mantis on 77, Stimson's Angle on 74, Riff's got 72, Submit, who's G. Isons on 66, Colo and Sonic on 65, Circubat on 62, Fetz, Opsy and Shapes on 61, Bod's got 58, Kegler 52, Colin and Topper on 50, Pyro 48, Natter's got 47, Shadow's got 43, Kasami on 24, Aaron on 8, and Monster on 6. And there is one round to go, and let's take a look. It's Oscar Bait. Find the 6 correct answers that fit the criteria. Submit a wrong answer. You'll be told how many you got right and be frozen out for 5 seconds. If, and only if, you give me exactly the right number of answers. You must give me exactly 6. This is the same as Risky Business Round 2. Press and select. You can select as many as you like. However, if you don't select exactly 6 in this case, it will just say, whoops, you gave me the wrong value, and still be frozen out for 5 seconds. This is still hammer and nails. I put this in very, very quickly in about an hour and a half after I got back from town this afternoon. So this might break, and you've got your magic multiplying submit button as well. So the more attempts you make, the more submit buttons you're likely to get, for reasons of I will fix that in the fullness of time. Find all 6. First to find all 6 gets 50 points. Subsequent correct submissions with 5 points fewer than the previous player. Answers will gradually be removed as gameplay progresses. No, they won't, because I haven't implemented it yet. Deselect before you reselect. Yeah, that's kind of the rule of the game. Gameplay continues until all 6 answers have been found. No. That's not correct. Gameplay continues until 10 players have found all 6 answers. I need to change that, and 90 seconds have expired. So yeah, that last line is incorrect. Someone could catch that. That would be great. And I haven't implemented the gradual removal, so it will just be the answers that are on there from the start. Okay? Hopefully that all makes sense, and hopefully it won't break too much. You'll get pennies and medals for this game, but there won't be credits. So, let's reveal the options for Oscar Bait. Streetcar Named Desire, there will be Blood the Thief of Baghdad, Amadeus, Gravity, Slumdog Millionaire, The Exorcist, Avatar, The King's Speech, Star Wars, The Godfather, The Revenant, The English Patient, Joker, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, and Brokeback Mountain. 90 seconds on the clock. Good luck to you all. Here is the question. Identify 6 films that won 6 or more Academy Awards. And again, I haven't got debug, so I don't know how many you're saying. You will know how many you are saying. But I do not. In the fullness of time, I will have debugs of this, and I'll be able to comment on it. Yeah, I know that. Yes, it is meant to untick what you selected. Is it not doing that, Colin? It should be unticking what you selected. Oh, Riff's there for 50 points. Well done, Riff. And yeah, submits a multiplying that I'm aware of. Oh yeah, check it out. Yeah. It regenerates the answer interface every time it sends a payload out. So yes, it is meant to be doing that. That is as intended. Though you raise an interesting point, would it be better to not do that? 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Fine. Duly noted. 2, 1. And that is time up, I'm afraid. And let's reveal the red herrings there. Streetcar Named Desire, there will be Blood the Thief of Baghdad, The Exorcist, Avatar, The Revenant, The Godfather, The King's Speech, Joker, and Brokeback Mountain Top. How are you... What? Okay. If you can still submit, please stop. 6 submit buttons. The options came back. Okay, if you have got options, please don't put the answers in, because that's what we call cheated. 10 submits, I felt so loved. Okay, so I'm assuming multiply submits, persist answers from last time. I'm going to have to create a bespoke. I'm going to be doing more changes to the app. Okay, stop submitting answers, please. I told you this round would be hammer and nails still. But only Riff solving it. Gravity, Slumdog Millionaire, Amadeus. Star Wars got 7 Oscars, would you believe? English Patient and Lord of the Rings, Return of the King. That is the end of the quiz, so let's check out our winners. There isn't a strap yet, and I clearly don't reset the colours at the end, so that's something I need to do. Like I said, hammer and nails, it's been... When did I start this? Tuesday night, I think. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a rush job to get it out the door, but mainly because I wanted to do a playtest before there's new questions next week. Granted, the new questions next week are by me, but it's good for me to live play it when it's not quite ready. But it gives me some ideas of what I need to focus on. Functionally, it is sort of all sort of there. Mantissa saying, was it supposed to remove wrong answers? Yes, it was. I haven't implemented that feature yet. You swapped your Cryptex medals. You did indeed. It's going to be a bronze for a run, a silver for Ralph and Mark, and a gold for Riff. Very, very well played, all of you. And times your score by 8, and that's how many pennies you get. And that happens now. Roll credits. They should have been added on. So, yeah, very much beta. This wasn't even a real pilot. It's more of a beta test, just because I wanted to do, trial the software such as it was, and it has been hacked together very, very quick. I mean, the upshot of this is that it's a fairly simple game. In the logic of rounds 1, 2, this is why it was so relatively quick to implement. The logic of rounds 1, 2, and 3 is actually basically identical. The only difference is the scoring, which happens in a different part of the code anyway, and I did all that today. I had a bit of a late night bid. I spent probably more time on the instruction strap, and I still managed to fuck up the last one. But there we go. 45 times, however, pennies subtract from me because the submission getting in after the lock. No, I mean I don't think so, unless you blatantly waited until after the lock and then submitted based on the answers on the screen, Casino, which I'm sure you didn't do. If it was just delayed through latency, that's not your fault. So yeah, I'm not gonna subtract pennies for that. But yeah, it's still work in progress, and a few bits and pieces in there that are going to need fixing. But I'm hoping that it feels a bit tighter. And using the app is... Oh, yes, hello, Proogs. You are a bit late. Welcome to the stream. But we'll do Spacey 4 game just because you've turned up and because you wrote Crossfire for us earlier, which was a lot of fun. That's almost a fuck up. Yeah, quite. That's about the level of it. So I haven't written a credit sequence yet, but that will be playing properly next week. There will probably still be hammers and nails around. I might do a test stream in a server at some point this week if time allows. But yeah, proper game of that next week. Full score on time things for the first time ever. Good. Well, that's encouraging. As ever, look forward to reading your feedback in the Discord, the suggestions channel. If you are not there, you can go and join it. Right there. You're allowed to say positive things as well if there's something that you liked particularly, as well as things that perhaps didn't go to plan. Yeah, I'm very well aware that there are a lot of things in there that need to... God, that magenta light makes it look like it's a missing material, but that's genuinely one of the colours. Right, let me get Spacey 4 game ready. We'll just do that to wrap up to stream. Let's give you some herring bonuses as well. Herring 151 while I load Spacey 4 game. Where is Spacey 4 game? Played that recently. There it is. So yeah, I've actually had Ralph's window open on Discord, so I've not been looking at suggestions as they've been coming in real time. There's not actually that many of them. Oh, who said that? S. I can't see because I'm in streamer mode. Still can't see because I'm in streamer mode. Someone beginning with S who said, might just be a me problem, but the red text was hard to read. No, you have said that before. Well, not necessarily you, but that has been said before. That the red is a problem, and I still, to this day, continue using that colour of red because it's a default font, and I need to not do that. Please persist answer from last night. Okay, so just to address the questions that are in there. Yeah, so... Oh no, there's more than... Oh, there's a few more than 4. Ralph, red herrings for bonus questions. The letters don't appear in time to the music thing. I know. I wanted to recreate it, but I rushed it out the door. I don't mind that it doesn't. That takes significantly longer than you might anticipate to do that because there's a lot of trial and error and sit and watch is that right yet? And I can't even remember how I implemented it last time because I use a different text animator now to make the text animate in nice ways. So, I mean, I would probably be able to do it. Hello, Zeus. Can I tell you a story about the Infinity Stones? Once upon a time, there was a mad titan named Thanos, and he lived happily ever after. The font, yeah, that's just a weird character. Sometimes the fonts I use don't have every character, and I can deal with that. It's not being broadcast on TV. If it were, then I wouldn't be happy with that. But for one character in 10,000, I can probably live with that. Strange button colour. That probably means it's uninteractable, because I changed that. Please persist answer from last time. Yep. List of our previous guesses somewhere. On the app, you mean, Clive? Is this in... let me start that bonus and start a Spacey 4 game. Clive, do you mean in... Not yet. Now go. Do you mean in the main game or in the final? Clive, list of previous guesses. Because I'm slightly unsure. In the final round. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm liking this idea of keeping the 6 answers when reloading into the final. It'll require a small tweak to the app, but isn't insurmountable at all. I'm hoping that might be enough. I'm disinclined to give you a list of what you've already tried. A, because of space reasons, and I'm going to get in on this. And B, because, as with Wipeout, you didn't get a list of what you said and what you didn't say previously. Good lord, that's a lot of you. But I will make the answers persist in between. Hopefully that's a happy medium. And, okay, well done, Ben. Well, that was fun. Clive, Priggs, AB, Mikasani, Apodo, Mr. Vertigo, Shapes, Jerry, David, Lupine, Simpson, Angle, Natter, and G. Isons. You go on to round number 2. 1,350 pennies to the winner. Just one game tonight. And what the odd rearranging schedule was it after every question? It was after every question, but not during the question. What, displaying it if you're frozen out? I don't see the benefit of doing that. If you're frozen out, you can't answer it anyway, so what's the point in having it in front of you? Keeping 6 answers more effective on TV and Wipeout, Captain 6 answers. Yeah, so I'm happy to do that. I don't want to do a full calibrated list of what you've already said, because to my mind that somewhat defeats the point of the game. The idea is part of it is remembering what you've already said. Otherwise, it would just tell you which answers you said that were right, and then it's just a matter of brute forcing it to get there. Anyway, I'll read those and respond to those in the fullness of time in more detail. Right, 1,350 pennies available. Prudes, we're only playing because you turned up. There we go. Oh, and he's through to the final. Clive, Prudes and Simpson battling out for 1,350 pennies. Yeah, that'd probably speed things up as well. Oh! Oh, that's very interesting. You're trying to force a rollover. What did Apodo say? Counterpoint. Before in DMs you had a list of what you said, but not the associated numbers. Now you have neither. Okay, let me finish the game and address that. Fuck's sake, guys. What's wrong with you? No winners this time on Takeshi's Castle. I'm gonna go get another drink. You're making me do a rollover. Alright, let me address the point before we do the rollover so that you have to stay and listen. We don't have to stay and listen, but I won't be doing another one. I'm up for keeping the 6 answers that you put previously. That's easily done. It hasn't started yet, by the way. Kegler. Wait for the music to hit and then you can type. Where would they go on the app? Is my question. And again, I'm drawing on this whole yes, you had the reference from before, but that was more of a byproduct. And I've mentioned this when I've talked about Danger Zone as well. It was more of a byproduct that became the norm. And I think this is possibly more faithful. If the 6 that you've just selected were still lit, and it says you got 5 of them right, and you come back and those same 6 are still lit, then you can deselect the one that you don't want to do. I'm not mad keen on it, just because I don't think there's enough space, and I don't want to overburden the app. The whole point of doing the app was to keep it streamlined. And I genuinely don't know where they would go on the app. You've got to remember, some people are playing on a phone. If you chuck them down at the bottom, they're not going to be able to see them, and then you're making it unfair for some people. Is there really? Yeah, submit button adds on each time, but the first time, the submit button takes up the whole thing, because the submit button has got the same... The submit button doesn't... If there's 10 of them or 1 of them, it doesn't take up any more space. It takes up the same, because it's anchored to a particular place on the canvas. Anyway, I'm gonna run Spacey 4 game for a second time, and if we don't get any winners this time, then I'm with David. Some memory is part of the game, and I think rather than having a full readout of everything that you've previously said, I think if the previous 6 are highlit when it reloads, I think that is the best compromise. And that's my final word on it, I think. I will sleep on it and come back to you, but yeah, I am not inclined to give you a readout of what you previously said, just because that's how it was before. I'm afraid. I don't think the app has enough space for it, and I think if I implement the keep the 6 that you said last time, that's enough. Yeah, there we go. Decision made. And I'm punished by being dropped straight into the abyss. 2,700 pennies to the winner, if you're still here. That's a lot of pennies. An awful lot of pennies. And we ain't rolling this time. Okay, 5 seconds. Oh, everyone's in. And the right drops in. Bad luck, Proogs. I was already playing it because you turned up right at the end. I don't know how much you like it. Yes, please do, Colin. Please do. Any bugs on the controller app, I want to know about them because I want to fix them. I might do some work on it tomorrow, depending on what else is happening. But yeah. Well, I'm not going to do that, Aaron, because I wouldn't have any... I can't back that up. I haven't got the budget to do something like that. Oh, AB me and Cassini. 2,700 pennies to the winner. I ain't rolling it again. Certainly not tonight. So, who's going to go first? Okay, you have split it. Genuinely, this software does not pick a result until it hits 0. So I cannot tell you who's going to win. I find out the same moment the doors open. Good luck. AB me, 2,700 pennies. Oh, Cassini, bad luck. AB me. That's a nice little windfall, isn't it? 2,700 pennies going your way. Add it on. And written. Right, I'm going to clear that. I'm going to close that. And I'm going to come back to Just Cam to wrap up the night. Thank you, everyone, for coming to tune in. I've not been feeling particularly great today, as I think I mentioned earlier on. So thank you for cheering me up a bit. Thank you for the feedback as well on Red Herrings. I will act on information received. It looks like it's relatively relatively little tonight, and because there's already quite a few things that I know that effectively just aren't done yet. Yeah, that's. I'll look to finishing that for next week when we have got a brand new pack of it, along with. No warm-up game next week, but it's sort of a Halloween special next week because we've got Red Herrings by me, we've got Distinction by BC, and we've got Google That by Arun. So yes, Halloween special with 3 of the lightest, happiest, friendliest games that I run on this channel. But Arun has suggested that he's putting some Halloween trivia into his Google That pack. I'm certainly doing the same with my Red Herrings pack as well, which incidentally is finished, and we'll be using the new software. Hopefully it'll be a bit more finished. And say if you've got any feedback on either that or on the client app, do put it in suggestions in the Discord or send me a DM. I'm always happy to chat and fix things if they are not working for you. So that's with me next Saturday, the 28th of October at 8 PM. Remember, the clocks are changing the week after, certainly in the UK, but Red Herrings, Distinction, and Google That next week by me, BC, and Arun. Elsewhere in the quizzing cinematic universe, what's Ash got on next week? What's the date today? Is it the 20th? 21st today. So Brain Teaser and 1 versus 100 next Wednesday with Ash, who you should totally go and follow right there. And next Friday, also at 8 o'clock, Equation Grid, all clued up, and 100,000 Doot Drop. That's next Friday at 8 PM BST. And then Daylight Savings change on the 29th of October, according to Ash's server. He's always very good at things like that. Elsewhere, our great friend Topper is going to be here. And Topper obviously revealing on Thursday, if you were there, that he is joining me and Ash for Quizmas this year, which is just on the horizon. Quizmas is coming up for the month of December from the 1st to the 23rd, if memory serves. There's going to be 16 games, so the 12 days of Quizmas get an expansion pack, if you will. But there's going to be 3 of us sharing Quizmas quizzing duties, and those are going to be starting on the 1st of December. So, yeah, Topper's going to be joining us. Very much looking forward to having him on board and seeing what he has got in store for us. Before we get to all of that, though, Topper has got next Thursday, the 26th of October, Strike It Rich and new game, hopefully. So do go give him and Ash a follow. Just give them both shout outs. Go give them a follow. They do excellent quality quizzing stuff. Also at 8 PM. Ash on Wednesdays and Fridays at 8 PM. And Topper on Thursdays at 8 PM. British summertime or Greenwich Mean Time, whichever one applies. So new game from Topper next week. Looking forward to seeing how that pans out. And of course, as mentioned, Topper joining me and Ash for Quizmas, which is coming up in December with lots of things and stuff going on. So that should be fun. Kilo Cloud 7, welcome to the stream. Just in time to finish. Long time no see. Indeed so. But you're just in time for the end. I'm so sorry. Is there anyone to raid? Let's have a look. Anyone to raid tonight? Let's have a look. Oh, that's me. It's going to be Huds. Got to be Huds, surely. Unless he's about to quit. No, looks like he's still going. We're going to go raid Huds. Huds is my bro. He's a Sonic speedrunner. He's doing. I think he might be doing an 18+ stream at the moment. He was earlier. What are we going to say? Hashtag something. What broke? Yeah, I can't say in one again. I can't say it again. That was last week's gag. What happened tonight? Submit. Yeah, okay. That works. Submit. We're going to go raid HUD 601 and say submit. He's a top guy, salt of the earth. So we'll go say submit to HUD 601. Until next time, you have been watching Game Night. I have been Royal Flush. Thank you all for the positive feedback. Congratulations to our winners. Thank you to our writers. And thank you for coming along and taking part. I hope you had fun. And I'll see you next Saturday for even more of the same, if not more of the same. And, yeah. Give me feedback in the Discord. Come join the Discord. Give me feedback. And you're welcome to say nice things, as well as things that need improving. Until next time, I've been Royal Flush. You've been watching Game Night. Take care. Peace out. Good night.